So UVS have finally dropped what Drive is and how it's going to work, and it's a partial confirmation, not confirmation, of what I thought Drive was going to be, and something I've wanted back in the game for a very long time. But it comes in with more, and it's a very high risk, high reward kind of strategy. So let's take a look at the article and break down what is Drive and how Street Fighter 6 was designed. So Matt Smith, who I got to meet at the summit, is breaking down the article, and they're talking about capturing the characters. Choosing the characters was quite easy. Luke and Jamie are rivals of Street Fighter 6. It makes a lot of sense, and you've got characters like Chun-Li and Ryu, who are staples from throughout Street Fighter history. So it makes a lot of sense that's going here. We're not going to stay too long on the stuff like this. We can break that down in another video, especially when we look and get the product. But it was very clear these were going to be the choices that were made. But when trying to capture what is special about Street Fighter 6, when trying to bring in, when trying to faithfully translate the IP into the game, which is something that seems to be a UVS priority these days, in making the IP a faithful adaptation, like we've seen with Yu Hakusho, that we've seen with Attack on Titan. Capturing the essence of that world into the game has become a very high priority. So how did UVS achieve this? Well, they looked at Drive. Drive has two functions within Street Fighter. It is an offensive and defensive ability, so putting everything under the blanket term Drive is very clever and allows for a clear adaptation of the IP. I kind of focused on Drive Impact when I was talking about reversals and won them back, but you also have Drive Rush, which is kind of a speed up kind of ability. So when we look at things like Avenger Impale, Blitz Drive 1, if this attack is not blocked, draw 2 cards and discard 1. That would be a Drive Rush ability. You've used your gauge bar, and you'll be able to draw 2 cards, get rid of 1, and keep pushing your offensive or build up your defensive resources. This is a very good Drive ability. So what is the cost of Drive? We've seen Drive 1 on there, and it did have the flavor text at the bottom of Avenger Impale, but to fulfill the drive of a card to essentially spend your drive gauge, you spend a momentum or you commit 1 foundation. Remember, you cannot commit your character to do this anymore, so it's commit a foundation or spend 1 momentum, and this is what will be the cost of Drive. This is how you'll be able to fund Drive. And if you overextend your Drive, if you overextend your foundations and run out, then cards like Burnout, as we see here, as Matt also brings up in the article, are going to force you to commit other cards in your stage. The example Matt uses here is you have to commit your character, but with backups and assets, you could lose some very powerful abilities on your stage that you are hoping to be defensive without your foundations, and Burnout just says no, you get that committed down. Very clear, very powerful. Matt then moves on to talk about the content of decks, how identifiable they were with the characters. So we can see, like with the Luke and Jamie stuff here, it's very identifiable to their symbol, as well as what that symbol, it's very identifiable to their character, the style of the card, the focus of the card, and the way the card plays being linked to the way that characters kind of designed to play is very cool. And the attunement kind of allows them to stick with this new symbol identity, as well as magic it to the playstyle. So like we see with Arrow Kick, it gains different abilities based on whether your character is committed already. That is a very Jamie coded card, because Jamie has abilities that commit them down as well as ready them up. So being able to utilize your character to go, I need speed, I need damage, Arrow Kick allows you to utilize that. And although may function with Chun-Li, is how Arrow Kick is kind of meant to go down. The last thing that's on here is something that everyone has kind of been theorizing since we saw the Rising Uppercut on the Street Fighter IP and as part of the Learn to Play. And as Matt says in here, reversals and kind of taking advantage of your opponent's aggression in their turn and in their attacks is a staple of fighting games. It's something that we've had in the past with reversals, and it's something that we're seeing back here. Now, they are very clear to clarify at the bottom here. This is not a confirmation that the reversal keyword is coming back, nor that they plan to. And in the summit, they very clearly pointed out to me that this is not a confirmation in any way of any of my theories or anything I'm asking for. But this isn't the first time I've asked for reversals. This is something I asked for at the first summit, and Bill Stark said attacking in your opponent's turn is not off the table, and it's back. And that's really cool. Being able to apply pressure to your opponent in their turn is something that's been missing from this game, and it's only on 2 attacks. Yeah, sure. But if it's not problematic and it kind of helps balance the game and helps deal with early aggression, if we use this correctly and we don't abuse it, we may see more of it. We need to kind of show that we can be trusted with these attacks, and we're not just going to try and make the entire theme we're going to kill you in your turn kind of thing. But here we have response, drive 1, so commit 1 foundation or spend momentum. After you completely block an attack with this card, you may try to play this card as an attack after this attack resolves. That's awesome. It has a static ability for blocking non-ranged high attacks as well, reducing it to 4, making it very passable on anything else. This is a very powerful rare card. It's a 4 high for 4 base. It's nothing special. It's not like the old reversals that were ending your turn or saying stuff in your card pool or destroying your stays. This is just a I'm gonna block your high. I'm now going to punch you. I'm going to reverse this attack back on you and say you need to deal with this or take 4. It's a great way of going. You need to get this card out of your hand. Attacking your opponent's turn has its own risks, and it's very cool to see. I'm not expecting reversal ever to come back as a keyword, which is a shame because we do have safe in standard. But this is a great step towards a balanced version of attacking in your opponent's turn. Universus started off as a fighting game, and being able to attack in your opponent's turn is a very powerful ability that is a key in all fighting games. Drive is a great solution here. Just forcing you to either have momentum or ready foundations is a great solution. It's not a free attack. It's not a free attack. It's not I'm just going to punch at you. It's a very fairly statted attack with a very powerful defensive capabilities. It's kind of designed to be used in your opponent's turn, but we're not looking at things like Skull Barrier, which was able to just Genkai's an attack for 2 momentum. This is very fair, very well started. I think it's going to be very cool. I'm a bit worried that we've just had a nerf to Nick Reagan, and now we're throwing an attack that can be played in your opponent's turn on all. The other side that I'm worried about is that this is a tuned all card, and there's only one other attack in the other deck, which means that there's only going to be a handful of characters that are able to attack in their opponent's turn. That's a very weighted aspect, and I'm very interested to see how the meta is gonna go that way. And if this is legal for Louisville, that could be huge. I know there's some speculation there that it may not be, but in my opinion, it probably should be, and I'm very interested to see where this is gonna go, how this is gonna go down, and I'm just excited for this product. Drive is something I've loved since I saw it. When I heard about the momentum and foundation cost, perfect. Love the aspect of it. The fact that attacking in your opponent's turn is back, being able to apply pressure, being able to go, okay, I can't pass my next attack, but you're in the danger zone, and having attacks you can play in your opponent's turn. I love all of this. I think this is very cool, and I would love to see more of it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think attacking your opponent's turn should have stayed dead? Or are you excited to see it back like I am? I am very excited to see where this goes. The Street Fighter product is very cool. I'm glad that we're starting to see more of it. We're a month out from the release on July 18th. if you haven't pre-ordered your boxes already, please get out there. We're getting a brand new sized collector's book. It's bigger, it's better, it has a learn to play on there. So if you're a returning player that's got a bit rusty, you're going to be able to pick it up very quickly. If you're a new player interested in the IP, you're going to be able to learn to play this very easily with this learn to play booklet, as well as keep track of your Street Fighter collection. And I'm very interested to see how this alt arts are going to go down. Gentoman did a great job with the alt arts of these cards, and I'm very interested to see how the rest of these collector packs are going to fold out. There's lots more information to come, there's a lot more cards to be revealed, so let's get hyped for Street Fighter, and I will see you at game night. Bye.